And welcome to the next session of EPM Chronicles and Confessions. We have Alexandre Constantinescu here. Alexandre, please introduce yourself and your EPM journey.
Good morning, Tim. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Alex Constantinescu. I'm the CEO of Saturn, an EMEA-based corporate performance management consulting, founded in 2011. And prior to Saturn, I started my career at PwC in Geneva, in Switzerland, and worked the majority of my time there in the UK. Then moved on to a boutique CPM consultant before co-founding Saturn. So I've spent close to 25 years in the field of CPM.
Fantastic. So, as you know, we deal with a lot of people outside of EPM, and at least our families also. And it's quite a complex thing to explain. Have you had any misconceptions what you do, or how have you explained it?
Well, the first thing that comes in mind, especially people outside the CPM area, right? Most of people around me are, I don't know, my friends are doctors or whatever, or definitely don't work in the field of the office of the CFO. So they understand my job as CPM very close to finance, but not the finance that we understand, right? So very often I have friends who associate my field of business to finances of banking, right, and advisory. So they asked me about investment advice or how the euro-dollar conversion will evolve in the future, or interest rates would go up, etc. So very often that's what non-CPM people think I can help them with. Yeah, definitely. And that's funny.
Yeah, definitely. So what's been your most significant challenge in the career you've had, and how have you dealt with it?
Oh, wow. Well, there've been many, but I think CPM for a long time, at least when I started, was mainly collecting actual data, consolidating and analyzing the past. I think this is what CPM was for a long time. Then, of course, in FP&A, there was a big move from Excel to tools. But the true challenges, they started when actually technology could offer a place where you can unify those processes. And definitely then they offered a real way to integrating, regulated external reporting with management views, with planning, etc. And for sure, this is challenging to build a unified model to help a company have a vision across all those. It's definitely a challenge. So at Saturn, how we address this challenge is that we employ experts in functional areas. We have people from a big four like myself. We have consultants with business expertise. And by having those experts, we're able to define those processes and to basically help, build those unified data models. But those are very challenging projects that are not successful unless you take this step of architecting very well and designing very well at the beginning. So that, I think, it's a big challenge for sure.
Cool. Thank you so much. Could you share a success story that you, from your career or the past or even now, that you can share with the audience?
Well, to brag about it, there have been many. We're very successful in our projects. No, but I think maybe something recent that where I was part of, because obviously, as in my role today, I don't participate to a lot of projects, but I do participate sometimes. So, very recently in the years 2019, and then the COVID years, at Saturn, we were helping one of the world's largest consumer products and technology companies equip themselves with a really, truly unified CPM platform. We did cost controlling, P&L, balance sheet, and cash flow forecasting. Really a one-of-a-kind platform. I think they have 5,000 to 6,000 users across the world. And it's built on an integrated and unified data model. So that was really that. I was lucky to be part of that project, and of leading some of the streams. And definitely that's a successful implementation. That client is very happy, is doing reference calls for us. So I'm very proud of that one for sure.
Fantastic. Fantastic. What's the most rewarding part of what you do in terms of your career?
Well, I think that, there's many aspects, but I think one very particularly rewarding aspect is improving people's life. For sure, the office of finance life. That's the very, very, very
Oh,
rewarding exercise. And projects in general in the field of controlling are especially impactful, as they're impactful for consultants because they really immerse themselves into the company business.
yeah.
They're challenged, etc., and they can really make a difference because they provide new insights into data. They really change, the speed of analysis. They're challenging projects, and obviously those challenging projects that on top of it are very impactful, are very rewarding for consultants. So for sure that's something I can mention. Yeah.
Fantastic. So here's another kind of quirky question. Have you had any funny moments that you can share with us in your career?
So I mean, funny, I don't know, but for sure, an unforeseen
Yes.
moment in my career was the founding of Saturn itself, right?
Right.
It was really completely unforeseen, not completely unforeseen, but it was a huge rush induced by the fall of my employer at the time. So we had
Mm.
basically together with my fellow co-founders to organize ourselves, and within 2 months we had to elaborate our strategy, to put together a business plan, and to grow from 0 to 30 consultants within 6 months.
Wow.
To basically, carry on serving the clients, etc. So we had to put that together really, really fast. Well, looking back, we managed. Right? It was successful. We were break even in the first year, but it was
Wow.
definitely. I mean, there were funny moments across the path, but for sure it was, quite unforeseen and quite an unusual moment in my career, definitely.
So you're an entrepreneur. You run one of the largest boutique consultancies in the world, and the vendor that you work with some great vendors. What's your inspiration behind this? I mean, what drives you? What motivates you to start something, but also grow something and keep on doing it?
Well, I think, initially I started my CPM career in a big four. I started PwC. That was, a student taking a job at a well-known company. Back then, it was not. I mean, I didn't have a lot of ideas, but for sure, spending some time in a big four and then in a boutique-sized company and managing the boutique-sized company without being a shareholder or an owner, definitely kind of like, I had my entrepreneurial side that
Sure.
grew, and the wish to own and grow a business. That
Yeah.
kind of feeling emerged. And I think what inspired to create Saturn was definitely that that entrepreneurial side, and that grew, and obviously that wish, but also I think that a big inspiration were the people around, because timing was of essence. Saturn was created at a perfect time when we were
Right.
in where I had around me an exceptional team of professionals. Some of them are my co-founders or
Yeah.
shareholders today, and I was surrounded by the right expertise at the right time to take on the market and go on our own. So definitely that was very, very important, and I think still today. What's inspiring and what's really fueling the energy to go forward, it's this exceptional team of individuals. I mean, consulting is a people's business, and you sell the expertise of your team, and
Sure.
being surrounded by that team is definitely very inspiring and very, very, very motivating.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
How do you, we live in a very competitive marketplace. There's a lot of vendors, a lot of consultancies, consultants, all sorts. We always have to be keeping track. How do you keep track, even though you have your own methods? How do you do it?
Well, I think that we are a boutique company, but obviously size matters to some extent. I mean, we're over 200 consultants, and we have
Yes.
various experts in different fields. And what I try to do is to orchestrate the organization, so we always articulate a delivery on one side, but also knowledge improvement next to it. So, for example, we have experts in in new CPM fields, such as environmental, social, and governance standards, or the pillar two, the base erosion profit shifting part, the global tax, or even artificial intelligence. So those guys, we have people who actually study those fields, who actually look out for new developments, who co-develop and also spread their knowledge, within the group. And we have a chance to also, because we focus on this, to participate to some of the first projects, right, with the CPM vendors we work with. And this for sure helps us differentiate and stay ahead of most competitors. We have this capacity basically because of size, I think, as well.
Fantastic. So I guess we have to be inspirational for new people in this industry, beginners, and something like you from yourself, a success story. What would you give them in terms of advice?
Well, I would say it's the same advice I give to a junior consultant coming to us. If I have a chance to speak to them, it's to start the CPM journey by focusing and specializing on one aspect at a time. So basically become, vertical and know your stuff. It can be consolidation or planning or costing or ESG, but, go deep and learn something and participate to projects. Once you reach a good level of knowledge, start shifting your attention to a second topic. But for sure, what I try to say always is to try not to become a general consultant with a bit of knowledge of everything, because it will be hard to succeed with your clients, right? You will be challenged in the details. And I mean, the second advice, and I'm preaching my own church here, but start your journey in a company like Saturn, or the size of Saturn, not too big, not too small, but that still has a human size, but very importantly has plenty of knowledgeable professionals,
completely,
and interesting projects for you to develop. Because you did your university, you learned something, but really where you're really going to learn is from people who on your first job and from the clients you visit, for sure.
That's it. As you know, we're evolving in this industry. Things are changing day by day. What do you see in the next 5 to 6 years happening in our industry?
Wow. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious that areas such as artificial intelligence and machine learning will play a role, maybe a key role in CPM. I mean, they will not replace consultants, but they will provide consultants with help. They'll be quicker, more efficient, configuring those tools, CPM tools. It will, I think, allow also clients to leverage something that's just emerging now, predictive performance. This will for sure grow because we have new capabilities. So I think this is quite obvious that it will evolve. But then also what I think will be very, very impactful is definitely the regulatory field. So I think especially the environmental, social governance will change and reshape the contents of an annual report, or the way we measure performance and compare companies. So this is for sure, I see it at my clients. This is something that is definitely changing the way they report internally or externally. So those things, artificial intelligence, machine learning on one side, and the regulated reporting on the other side, will definitely shape and change a bit the EPM in the next 5-6 years. Yes.
Thank you so much for an informative and enjoyable interview, and hope to talk to you very soon again, and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Tim. Thank you for the interview. Have a great day as well.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.